Mark Ray Mundy for MMAfighting.com here with Bob Perez, coach for Derrick Lewis, who fights Daniel Cormier for the UFC heavyweight title at UFC 230 on Saturday at Madison Square Garden. Bob, Derrick says a lot of things about his training regimen, and I wanted to clarify it. I wanted to go to the man, to the source. Does he really only train 30 minutes a day when he's in regular training camp, or is that a little bit embellished?
If people believe 90%, 95% of what Derrick says pre-fight, post-fight, as long as there's a camera and a mic in front of him, God help you, man, if you believe him. Derrick actually works very hard. That being said, it's more than obviously 30. I saw him wrestle for 2 hours the other day, just one session. He obviously will do multiple sessions a day. But no, man, he does train differently than any. I mean, I've had hundreds of fighters, Muay Thai, boxing, MMA guys, and they all pretty much train the same way. You know, many hours a day. They do my classes, technical sparring, hard sparring. You know, just everything a fighter does. Derrick does not. You know, Derrick's the only fighter that kind of dictates how he trains. I've never had a fighter get to this level though, so there's not a lot I can do, you know, to argue with his, mindset. Derrick does what Derrick does. When I first got Derrick, I've known as a technical coach. You know, I look at all of our guys; they're clean. And Derrick is technically way better than people think. But at the end of the day, if I would have tried to make him a technical fighter, I would have ruined him. I have to let Derrick be who Derrick is. And at the end of the day, he's not a mixed martial artist. He's not a martial artist. He's a prize fighter. It's ugly, it's dirty, it's filthy, and he beats people up, man. He has the highest fight IQ I've ever seen there. You can look at him on the ground, and that's wrong. What he's doing is wrong, but he does it. And he does it against the highest level guys. Who gives up, or who escapes him out by giving the back? Derrick. He does it against black belts, and he knocks him out. I think it's an amazing thing, man. He's special. He's a savant. He's a fighting savant.
That's kind of what I wanted to ask you, because you said he does his own thing and he has his own way of going about things. What allows him to still excel by being so unorthodox?
A couple things. One, he is just freakishly strong. The power that he has, the staying power. You saw what he did with Volkov, and I've said it in post when you see me like holding, mitts or pads for him. He hits equally as hard, if not harder, in the last moments of a fight as he does in the early moments, and that's not a normal thing. So that's obviously attributes to his success. Secondly, because you said it, he's unorthodox. How do you prepare for somebody like Derrick? You can't have one of your sparring partners just beat the hell out of you during your sparring rounds. You don't know what he's going to throw. How do you prepare for that? And I think it's kind of that X factor, that variable where you don't know what he's going to do. He can sleep you standing up. He might head kick you. He might hit you with the right hand. He might, slam you on your head and beat you up. You just never know.
When Derrick says, I'm a brawler, I'm not a mixed martial artist, I'm not a martial artist, I don't care about the belt, how does that make you feel? Because you're a lifetime martial artist. You're a Muay Thai guy for many, many years. How does that make you feel?
All of this, this is, Derrick is Derrick, okay? And like I said, he's not a mixed martial artist. He's not. He obviously learns bits and pieces of everything, but he doesn't. I think when he says that, what he's kind of, leaning towards is he doesn't have that wrestling background. He doesn't have that jiu-jitsu lineage or background. He doesn't have, the boxing or Muay Thai lineage. He just kind of just jumped in there and just started fighting. So I think that's kind of what he means. And I agree with that. At the end of the day, he's a prize fighter. It does kind of bother me a bit though, just because I am a purist but dude, it's Derrick. He's my family. I'm just gonna support him no matter what he does. All the post-fight craziness that he says, I've never had one fighter do that ever. That's just, especially Muay Thai, that's not how we roll. But I understand the business. And at the end of the day, I just want him to be happy and I want his family fed. But I don't want people to forget what a badass he is. So all the funny comments and stuff, it's awesome. And I'm rooting for him. But I just don't want people to remember that this guy will sleep you.
Is he as funny in the gym as he is in front of the cameras?
Derrick is probably he's an introvert, man. Derrick is
really?
He is the quietest, and we're like this, dude. He is my family. But when we're together, we don't speak. I mean, he's a quiet dude. Sometimes he will come up with something that's just crazy funny, but for the most part, man, he's super quiet, and as outlandish as his comments are, he is probably one of the coolest, most respectful people, most caring that you'll ever meet, man. If we have a very small circle, but if Derrick loves you, you're gold. And he does talk a lot of smack to me, which makes me feel good though, because if he didn't, that means he doesn't love me. So yeah, man, he's honestly one of the greatest guys I've ever met.
Last thing, Bob, and I'll let you go. I know you're busy. How do you see it going on Saturday? I mean, obviously you think Derrick's gonna win. How do you see it going?
Either omoplata or flying armbar for Derrick. He's gonna knock him out, man. You know, I don't know if it's gonna be early. I don't know if it's gonna be late. I want him to go in there. This is a win-win for us. You know, pressure's on DC. We're picked to lose. We're supposed to lose. But I want Derrick to enjoy. I'm gonna enjoy every moment of this. I want him to enjoy every moment of this. Go in there, have fun, and show this beautiful violence, man. And I want him to win that belt.